Well, yeah, but which is worse, the fact that Wheatley's getting desperate, or the fact that there's a nuclear fucking reactor that's going to melt down?
Concentrated burst of science. Oh, on a related note, I am going to need you to solve these 10 times as fast. Anyway, just give me a wave, would you, before you solve this one, alright? I don't want to spoil the ending for when I watch it later.
Okay. So does this go in there? Alright, so what do we want that for?
You know, there's something I want to talk about with regards to, like, because I've been... This game does so much right with its humor that it kind of, like, makes me realize why maybe I'm not as satisfied with some other humor games, but also just, like, it makes me reflect on how fresh this game remains, despite, you know, having played it multiple times, you know, having, like, played the first Portal, people quoting so much of it. I think it really makes a difference that... Like, so the whole narrative with Wheatley losing, like, steam as you do these puzzles, and where, like, it's less pleasant for him each time you do it, that has, like, various, like, higher-level story functions, but just on the level of, like, the jokes they're writing... It means that there's, like, a sense of... that there's new stuff for them to work with as they keep going. The fact that, like, there's a progression happening means that they're not just, like, trying to write, like, 10 one-liners that could go in any level in this game.
Right.
Yeah.
Not like the first one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I've written games... I've written games that way, where that was, like, the project, like, we just need 500 one-liners, and you can't control when people see it. And I've written games where there was, like, a progression or a narrative that was incidentally involved that the one-liners were pegged to. And it was just so much easier to, like, keep things fresh and find inspiration when you're doing it that second way.
Do we need to turn off that laser, Josh? Or we can't do that without the...
No, we need the
first
laser diffraction thing, but yeah, we need to get that cube. I'm not... Like, I feel like... It's got something to do with the levitator thing, but... Maybe this knocks down those... ramps or something. I don't know. Let's see here. The problem is this will stop me if I use it to just jump in here. I have no memory of this puzzle at all, by the way. I don't remember it in any fashion. So, okay. No. Maybe... Okay. I don't know how that helps us. I don't even understand why do we care.
I don't know, because I was looking at Twitter posts, so I'm not even sure what you did or didn't do.
It's hard to help because I'm not able to control anything. So, like...
Do you have an idea?
Just have Camster look it up like normal.
Ahaha, the master key.
Oh, I think I got it. Okay.
I will say, this is like the first time the whole playthrough that I felt like you're hitting friction with these puzzles.
Here we go. Okay, now we've got this.
Now turn off the laser.
Okay, so that's just off.
Yay.
Okay, so now we can do... Actually...
And then we need to redirect the laser with the new cube we're about to get to make it... to lower the bridge.
Yeah, to go into a portable surface so we can then lower the other bridge. Yeah.
Boom.
I got it.
We figured it out!
These puzzles are so unpleasant.
Don't do that.
Oh, that's not even the right thing.
Like these with the lasers and like the Wheatley stuff.
Just the whole Wheatley leg of this game is so unpleasant. It's not fun. Like I felt like the Cave Johnson one are so much fun. And whenever I go back to play this game, like I play it like once a year. And whenever I go back to play, I play all the way up through the end of the Cave Johnson stuff, and then I always stop right here. Because I'm like, I'm no longer really having fun.
I definitely get what you mean.
It's,
you need to
I
use
know
the
that
portal.
part of it is that they're difficult, but I like difficult puzzles. I like a lot of like community chess chambers. For me, I feel like it's supposed to feel not fun. I think it's supposed to feel like it's not intentional. None of these puzzles are intentional. It's some stupid robot who put it together.
You didn't even need that. Why did you do that?
I did not. I thought I would, but then it turned out I didn't.
Yeah, there's like... It's kind of like how... Yeah. You're right, like, it's that it's janky. Like, it feels like a lesser community map a little bit, in a way.
I also feel like...
I don't know if it was actually meant to, but it does a little bit.
I think the Cave Johnson sections also, like, opened you up to a lot more interesting possibilities with the environment. And then we come back here and we're back with, like, the early game puzzle mechanics. And it just doesn't feel as good.
One or two more tremors in there, just for fun.
Warning. Core overheating.
I let him keep his job. I'm not a monster. Ignore what he's saying, man. Just keep on testing.
Okay, so what does it do when I do that? What does that do? Turns off the laser wall. Alright. Well, we need the laser wall off so we can get over there, right? Is there a bouncer or something?
You know what it is? It feels like you spend a lot of these puzzles just kind of like standing in the middle of a room, looking around at a bunch of different elements and fussing about how to put them together.
Yeah. Okay, what's this?
I mean that's just puzzle solving in general, right? I think a big part of the problem, in my opinion, is that we went from like there was a strong sense of pacing in the Cave Johnson sections because it was like every test chamber was a year, and every test chamber, when you completed it, rewarded us with moving the story forward of Cave Johnson and his adventures and his opinions and what was going on. And here it's like every time we beat a puzzle, it's like, you know, oh no, the nuclear bomb, that's still a thing. Wheatley is still in control. That seems like that's still a problem. Nothing's really moving forward, but solve the next test chamber and maybe you'll reach the end of the game and something will happen.
It's just a poison swamp to the finish, because the last part of this game is amazing, but this part, I don't know, it just feels mean for the sake of being mean, because it's the big bad last part of the game, basically. But to me, it should have just been more fun, you know? Like, the Cave Johnson test chambers are fun. They're fun test chambers.
You know what part of Portal felt like this a bit to me? Like this kind of area? The
end part?
The part... Well, the part... Actually, no, I like the end part of Portal. This feels like the laser part.
Yeah, definitely. Fuck the laser part. I actually hated the parts where you have to parkour out of stuff really fast in the first game way more, but fuck the laser part as well.
No, you need to... Oh, okay, it doesn't matter because it's a laser cube, right. Actually, can we... No, we can't get back on there from there, so... Back this way... Okay, so we need to get back on there and do this all over again.
Wait, so when I say like lasers, I think I actually mean like the pellets.
Oh, you mean the bouncy energy plasma balls from Half-Life 2?
Basically, the
Okay,
lasers.
I was
like,
gonna
take
say, like,
the place of the
lasers.
pellets in this. Yeah, the basically the lasers take the place of the pellets. Which, to be fair, the lasers are less of a pain in the ass because the pellets is all about like their bouncing and movement and stuff. But it's just like it's almost like a geometry puzzle, and it gives me a headache more than it like feels fun to explore, like with motion, the way the ones in the other puzzles do.
Oh.
Like, this would be a fun solution if I came up with it as a way to, like, cheese my way through another video game. But as, like, the thing I'm supposed to be doing, it's a little bit frustrating and obnoxious.
Yeah. Oh.
I think also there's room for like more hidden Aperture Science gems in here, and there's not enough in this part of the game. In previous sections of this game, we've had insights in how Aperture Science was built, how it was run, and this one doesn't really have any of that. It's just Wheatley, basically. And I feel like that actually detracts a lot.
Is that not the...
This is like the opposite of all the Let's Plays we've ever done, in the sense that like we're kind of like bored. Because like BioShock Infinite, for example, like the beginning we're like, okay, maybe this is fine, and then literally by the end of that season we were just like, this is the worst thing ever created, ever in the history of ever. And now we're just like, yeah, it could be better.
I mean, I prefer it, basically.
Yeah, I don't mind just chilling, but it's just kind of funny, like, how, it, like, usually the cadence of this show is like, I like this thing, I like this thing, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it.
Yeah, it turns out the nadir of our Portal 2 appreciation is actually still pretty, like, lukewarm. Like, the worst thing you could say about Portal 2 is that at times it felt like playing other competing puzzle games.
Right.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Now we're not in the test channel. I think they should have just not had quite as many. There you go. Okay.
I do think it mostly comes down to pacing. I really think the problem is there's just... The story is not moving forward at all. We are getting nothing.
I played it. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm just repeating that.
I'm taking this completely off of Portal 2 in general, so I would
I
prefer
was
you
gonna
finish your
say,
point.
it should ramp up. This should be ramping up. Like, we should see, like, stuff being blown up, things we care about being blown up. I don't know, take out Cave Johnson's body or something, do a puppet show, do something, man.
Yeah, there needs to be a sense that, like...
is falling apart, but...
It's not the
But
same.
it's all the
Wait, that was
endless-
the guy! One of the guys from the multiplayer DLC was over there. Ran in that door.
Oh, yeah. Like,
I don't believe
it.
No, it's
I didn't see it. I don't believe
Send you
it.
the clip.
I've got a big surprise.
I will refuse to watch.
Seriously, look forward to it.
I am happy in my ignorance.
Josh, I think you rubbed too much of that moon juice on your face. This is what happened.
Towards the end, Cave Johnson was seeing robots too, Josh. It's not pretty.
He was literally talking about them, yeah.
Well, when am I gonna get my robot body, huh?
Cave Johnson here. After eating about a quart of moon milk, I've begun to hallucinate two robots. Kind of an Abbott Costello double act team. I ship them,
even is
and
the
I'm
X?
going to go write fan fiction about their erotic adventures inside After Science. Cave Johnson, I'm finished.
I appreciate that it's Cave Johnson,
That
but
was
I also
good.
love that it edges right up alongside Barack Obama.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Alright, that was fun.
Okay. Okay, I probably should have had a plan there.
Everyone's got a plan until they hit terminal velocity. So I've been playing, I played for exactly one morning a puzzle game called Nairo: The Dream World by the studio Allison Smith.
Oh, whoops.
And they've made 3 games that I'm aware of, which are all kind of like experimental puzzle games that have some kind of implementation or twist, or like are have something simulationist or like a broader context to them, which is beyond just kind of like the slightly more walled garden approach puzzle games usually take, where it's kind of like inside this puzzle you have everything you need to solve it, and the terms of the puzzle are all clearly and logically defined. So like they made a game about hacking, which is actually based on real hacking in a way that, like, there have been games before, I think even in like the 90s and the 2000s, that kind of had that title. And apparently this one is like the next logical conclusion in terms of like actually simulating the tactics you would really use and coming up with weird ways to get at targets. And then they have another game which is like has apparently like sends you text messages or something, which I can't fuck with. But they made a game called Nairo: The Dream World, which I started with, which apparently is one of the less intense ones. And the premise of it is basically...
I don't
They
like
give
that.
you-
That's way too hard to judge.
They give you, like, some cryptic clues, and then you need to figure out what thing the cryptic clues are referring to and spell it out using, like, a wheel that has a selection of characters joined together, like syllables, basically. But the twist is that they are not, like, puzzle answers you're expected to be able to just come up with. It's like stuff that you literally need to alt-tab and go on Google and, like, research.
Okay.
So it's like, I'm gonna just, like, give an example.
Like Carmen San
not from the
Diego.
game. Yeah, kind of like Carmen San Diego, where it's like you'll see
You're not-
like there'll be like a picture of like the ingredients to make
pyramids.
churros, and a picture of like a fairground horse with like a box of peanuts resting on top of it, and then there'll be like an orange, and you're supposed to get Disneyland.
To death.
Because it's like, oh, like the orange groves outside Disneyland, churros, plus like the fairground that inspired Walt Disney to make Disneyland.
You're picking up on what I'm saying there, but
But you're not supposed to look up the answers to Carmen San
No, you
Diego.
are. Yeah, no, you're not
What?
supposed to look,
That's
but like,
part of the fun. They sent you a... No, you're supposed to look them up. That's the whole point.
hey, Lumbles, is
How
it true
else
that
are you
you're
supposed to
a world Carmen San Diego champion?
No, I'm serious. You guys didn't, like, keep a little atlas with you? And then, like, play the game and go, huh, I wonder what that is, and then look it up in the little book? I thought that
I'll
was
be
the
honest,
whole point.
I only ever played Where in Time.
carry on.
Oh, that's a good one. No, when I was a kid, the whole point was to learn. And I can't learn if I don't know shit about the pyramids. So I
I
had
mean, that's a
little
pretty
book.
reasonable thing to say, yeah.
And then the book would tell me what I needed to know, and then I could progress in the game. Right?
Like, I as far as like the video games go, I don't know how else you would play it, especially as a child.
I'm not on the TV show. The TV show's a different deal. TV show, you have to prep your child for hours. They don't get
Yeah,
to enjoy
prior
anything
lessons.
except for learning about the atlas and whatnot. So
The finest European Carmen San Diego tutors, like the old masters.
so that they could take a trip to like Arizona or some shit.
You got a trip wherever in the world you wanted to go. That was the deal, and I think
In
it may
the
have only been America.
contiguous United States.
Yeah.
Wherever in the world in Arizona you want to go, the
My
sky's the
favorite
limit. Not
were the
Flagstaff. Can't make
kids
Flagstaff
that
happen.
wanted to go like, I don't know, because their family is in another state. So they picked the one that's near their family.
That's
So they could go visit them. That's fucking sad, but it was kind of sweet
it's
too.
yeah, it's like very wholesome, a choice that they made, and also very sad.
What if we went to Idaho because of this game? I want to go back in time, dress as a child, win Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, and then win so that I can go to Idaho and be like,
It's probably-
in 20 years, a video game will be set here.
It's probably pretty easy to hide a body in Idaho, I'm guessing. So if you all want to come with, that's fine with me.
Okay, open question. Have any of you ever actually been to Idaho?
I have been to Idaho as a child. I took away from the experience a spud gun that was confiscated by the post 9/11 TSA, and
fuck that.
a plush toy of Mr. Potato Head as Darth Vader, labeled Darth Tater.
Yes.
I mean, you mentioned hiding a body, and I have to point out that the zone of death is in Idaho.
See, I just feel like you're making a better case for all of us to take a trip to Idaho together as a family.
We have now turned negative on Portal 2 and very pro on Idaho. This whole thing is taking a very weird turn.
I have
Where
a
my
controversial
Idaho's
thing to
at?
say. I'm looking at pictures of Idaho's natural splendor, and there's genuinely a lot of like beautiful natural wilderness in Idaho. But
Yeah.
also, I'm just not an outdoorsy person, and every time I see every time someone's like, I live in a beautiful state, and I look at a picture of it, it looks exactly the fucking same to me. It's like all
Wow.
50 states
That's
have
fucked
the
up.
same national park hidden inside them. Oh, Utah has Zion. That's different.
No,
and then there's the
you
Grand
gotta
Canyon.
fucking
It's
stop.
all the same shit.
No, you're fucking wrong. You're so wrong. You've never been to the Alpine Zone.
I will concede that there is nothing that looks good in Oklahoma.
It's a totally different thing.
It's the best part of the Alpine Zone.
Visiting the Sequoias is totally different from visiting the Rocky Mountains. It's totally fucking different. There's
John?
different, like, fauna.
Yeah.
There's different mountains, colors, different colors in Colorado than California. What about the Everglades? Rutskarn? What about the fucking manatees? What about that Crystal Cove place where all the manatees go because it's a hot spring, and in the winter it gets too cold for them, so they have to go to the hot spring. You ever think
I'll
about that?
I'll definitely give you the swamp level. I think that the important takeaway here is not that America doesn't have a diverse, beautiful natural landscape. It's that all of it, 100% of it, is lost on me personally, Rutskarn.
Rutskarn, I went to the top of the Rocky Mountains and I disassociated. I looked across the land from the top of the Rocky Mountains and I said, this looks like a train set to me. I'm not sure if I'm human anymore.
Is that good?
I don't fucking know, but it was an experience and it's different.
Wait, did
and
Mumbles
it's
turn into a
different.
train? What? Come on.
I literally just this week bought like a backpack
What?
with water so that I can do longer hikes, Rutskarn. You and I are not built the same.
I don't know what is quite built like me. Maybe some of the really cheap IKEA desks.
Just like the cheapest Del Taco on the menu
Yeah, like-
is what you are built like.
Like, what is that, like plywood with lacquer? Oh no, that's not lacquer, that is actually a sticker. I will say I've
was
been
I missing?
exercise biking lately.
I think you could have hit that from inside there, but it doesn't matter now. You got rid of them all.
How could I have hit that from in here?
Okay. So this is something that actually does genuinely embarrass me. I once accidentally, and I really do mean accidentally, like it was a bizarre fluke of circumstances. I was living in like half of one room in a 2-bedroom apartment that turned out to be adjacent to a beach. And when I say adjacent to a beach, there was a path to the beach from the apartment complex. And I only went one time.
You are a monster. You are a fucking monster, Rutskarn.
I was only
What
there
is
6
wrong
months.
with you? Go outside. Go outside. Soak up the nature. Soak it up.
You've become one with the glorp.
Yeah, I'm not sure this is entirely healthy, to be honest.
Portal 2?
Becoming one with the glorp.
I guess, so, going back to Nairo, like, I kind of had a weird arc with that game, because I played it in one, like, 6-hour sitting. I didn't finish it, although I actually have no idea how close I came to finishing it. I got to, like, a weird boss puzzle where there's actually a timer, and I just could not be fucked to keep doing it. It actually kind of got annoying.
You won't go outside. You won't finish a video game. Like, what exactly are you capable of doing?
This is something I genuinely actually do struggle with sometimes, like when I'm not doing super great. Just like finishing anything. But specifically in Nairo, like, I kind of had this weird arc where I'm like, I went from like, I don't really dig how this game is presented. Like, I think that the framing device around it is not doing anything for me. The narrations, I don't know if they're helping or not. I turn them off. This puzzle seemed like it should have been easy. Like, I had the answer, but for like an arbitrary, stupid reason, it was really hard. And it was actually not hard, because again, I got the answer. It's just really frustrating inputting the answer correctly. But I was like, oh yeah, but it's like this game where you get these clues which like you need outside information to solve, or but like which are so open-ended, and so like exploratory and teach you things. Like, it's so cool, it's so novel. There's nothing else like this. And then I was a little bit like, well, isn't a crossword puzzle basically this?